What up? All right, guys. Man, I thought this was going to be a much different type of halftime report, but an explosive 54-yard Tugalicious, 52 yards rather, to Cortland Sutton right before the half, man, to get back in this game. Listen, this was a really strange first half. Before that last drive at one point, before the Broncos were going on their 2-minute offense, they had like 16 plays the whole time, couldn't get anything going, punting like crazy. Shout out to Crawshaw, did a great job. Defense was phenomenal in the first half. I mean, they gave up just 10 points, but they had a lot of really key stops. They had a turnover, which was really big. And the Broncos do trail 10-7 at halftime. But like I said, all things considering, that explosive play before the half, you're getting the ball. It's an entirely different ball game. Entirely different ball game in every way. So, man, I'm curious what you guys think about the half so fast. What up, Victory Lap? Shout out, man. It's twice today, bro. You've been on the live stream. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, it's a little bit of a up and down game. I felt like it was going to be one of these grinded out games. And even when we were down 10-0, I wasn't overly concerned yet. I was getting there. But I'll tell you what, man, like they kept fighting, they kept battling. And here's the big problem. But I want to give Sean Payton credit in one thing, okay? 8 carries and 11 yards is obviously abysmal. But he stuck with the run even on times where it wasn't bad, and that caused the opportunity for that Mims deep shot. I mean, it did, because it got the Chargers believing that we would still try to run it. And, man, Mims was open. Yeah, Bo just, sails him. I got to rewatch to see how much did Mims slow up. It was right there, and that would have been an explosive play as well. So I want to see the Broncos continue to commit with the run, man, and get that average up, because it is really, really bad. Meanwhile, on the flip side, you got the Chargers, 18 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown. And for the most part, we've done fine stopping them on the ground. It was, I think, just a couple long runs here and there, but you'll live with it. But anyways, we've done a good job pressuring Herbert. He's 10 of 20, 128 yards with that pick. We sacked him 3 times in the first half, which is great. Bo was only sacked once. He's 7 of 15. Again, a lot of just misses. There was a tip pass that was frustrating. There was an incomplete. That was a really good play by St. Juste, who they need to get on the double move. But they need to keep going after him. But I felt like I would have liked to see Cortland come back to his quarterback on that one. But, we ended it with that beautiful explosive play. And I love the aggression. The decision to go for it was really smart. Very risky, but it worked out very, very well. That could have been a 10-point swing at minimum had they not converted that. But, yeah, grind of a game so far, man. Like I said, I'd like to see the Broncos just get more into ground control offense. And so, like Victory Lap says, I knew it was going to be an ugly game. I'm right there with you, man. Kind of felt the same with that. I want to see them work Troy Franklin in the pass game more. They're getting Sutton open a lot, which is great, but I'd like to see them work Troy, get the ball in Marvin Mims' hand, and take Lucas Kroll off the field. It seems like nothing good ever happens when he's on the field. And so that's definitely a frustration. But overall, man, that late half touchdown really, really gives you some solid momentum to go into the second drive. And I don't want to see us veering off. But if that means we have to spread it out a little bit, we got to get some completions, we got to throw the ball to get the run game going, we'll do it. But overall, man, I thought it was a grinded out kind of old school football game type of a half, and I typically like those. But clearly, the Broncos saw something on film where this Chargers defense is very aggressive, and you can take advantage of that aggression. So let's establish a run and continue to do so. Otherwise, man, again, let me see. Jeremy Crawshaw, 4 punts, 176 yards, 44 average. 2 of those landed inside the 20. It was awesome. And on the touchdown drive that we gave, it's because the special teams coverage was terrible. They over pursued. So, the thing is, Victory Lap, what's funny, man, is he's actually not barely getting any touches. He has 8 carries in the first half, he had 4 carries. My bad. We had 8 carries as a team. He had 4 carries, -4 yards. It was just one of those where, like, besides that last drive, we didn't have the ball at all, man. And we got ourselves in one drive, we got ourselves in an immediate terrible situation, 1st and 20. Then we run the ball, get a yard at 2nd and 19. And then you're just behind the chains there. So yeah, we need to get both JK and RJ going ASAP. But hopefully we'll have more opportunities to give them the ball because, like I said, we had so many 3-and-outs. I mean, looking at let's go into the play-by-play. I mean, they had 1, 2. They started the game off with 3-and-outs immediately, and then a 7-play 28-yard drive that resulted in nothing. And then the 7-play, 72-yard drive for touchdown. So they're starting to find a little bit of something, but maybe use some hurry up, right? Maybe run it like you're running the 2-minute because I feel like Bo's always ran that really well. But you can't complain. You're on the road. You're only down 3. You get the ball to start the second half. So it's all there for us, man. It's all there for us. I'm encouraged by the way the defense is playing. I felt like we've really made them earn everything. Like even on that Quentin Johnson explosive play, that we tackled him at the 1-yard line. Thought it was good pressure on Herbert. He kind of threw up a prayer. It was a terrible pass interference call, but it didn't really matter because Quentin Johnson made a great play, but you could live with that because you made him earn it. You made him earn it. And then watch out for Rondé Gatson. We talked about this in the pregame, man. They're going to utilize him to try and get their matchups defensively. But I love the pressure that we were getting on him. I think they have another backup offensive lineman in now, so we need to take advantage of that. And obviously, knowing now Najee's not going to come back to this game, and hope he's all right, man. That was brutal to see. You got to miss it, but I mean, listen, yeah, I get it, man. Moss is going to get picked on all the time. It's just natural because you saw later in the game they tried to, right before the half, they tried to test PS2. He said, "Nuh-uh, ain't happening." So they're going to go after Moss. Now, it is what it is. I don't hate it. I'll take my chances with that, and I feel like he's going to make a play. I think he's going to make a big play in the second half. So I don't think he was necessarily terrible, but Quentin Johnson had 5 catches, 77 yards. I'm trying to remember who the first couple were on as well. I can't remember. Anyways. So Moss is going to get picked on, but he just needs to rebound. I thought Jade Barron, it was nice to see him out there. He played decent. He was covering some dudes. Pass rush is getting there, man. Pass rush is getting there. So we'll see. But most important thing, right now, we talked about keys to the game, right? We talked about winning the turnover battle. That was huge. That was a minimum 3 points that we saved, even though we didn't turn it into anything. It was a big time. We were, down 3-0 only. We held them to continue with that, so that was a monumental play. So hopefully we can continue forcing those turnovers, but we've got to establish a run game, something. Like I said, man, it doesn't even have to be anything over the top crazy, but they got to stick with it. I don't want to see Sean Payton veering away from it. I want to see him stick with it because I just feel like eventually it's gonna pop. It's gonna pop. But in the past game, I felt like the offensive line started rough. The pass protection was not very good early, but then it really picked up, and I thought it did pretty good towards as the game went on. But Bo's got to be, his footwork is just a little bit messy still, man. You'd like to see him be a little bit more calm, but I liked a few things. I liked the way he stepped up in the pocket, manipulated it a little bit here and there, but again, he's got to be a little bit more composed. But yeah, we'll see, man. I'm going to hit the bathroom up, and we're going to get the second half cooking. I appreciate you guys joining me. Real quick, Travis Lance coming. I want to fire our special teams coach. Why is it so bad out there every week? Yeah, it's concerning, man. It's concerning in a sense of like the coverage units. I thought they did really well on kickoffs. That punt return was, I think it was Dondrea Tillman, or it was Jonah Ellis. They over pursued. You could tell they wanted to hit him. They got there early, and he kind of outran the leverage. And then there was a couple blocks in the back that they missed. But yeah, it wasn't good because at that point they kind of got caught flat-footed. So the special teams got to be better. But listen, man, you really have to trust the process. One, because Darren Rizzi ain't going anywhere. But B, because he's been one of the best special teams coaches in the NFL for a really long time. So there's going to be a transition, but hopefully it's better. And yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that offsides was brutal. And that's not necessarily on Rizzi. I mean, Nick Bonito's got to be better there. And I'm curious if Nick Bonito even is usually in that position or if they were just trying to play the block. But he's got to get better with that, man. So kind of is what it is. I don't remember. Did that play result in points? I think that was the first 3 points that they ended up getting, if I'm not mistaken. Go back and look real quick. No. No, it wasn't on that one. So I don't even think that ended up costing them points, which was big time. But still, definitely frustrating. Definitely frustrating. I'm trying to see when that was. Yeah. Whatever. Got to clean up the penalties is the big one. Definitely got to clean the penalties up. Hopefully we can do that. I think that it's something that we'll get better with. A couple of them there, very ticky-tack, but you've got to know. And Sean Payton talked about it. He said this particular refs, they call a lot of like the behavioral penalties pretty strict, like in terms of taunting and all of that, but they typically let guys play a little bit, but it doesn't seem like that's the case so far today. So we'll see. Anyways, love to see the Broncos establish the run game, go down and get any kind of points. You get points either to tie the game or take the lead here. It's huge. And then you could really flip the momentum of this game because it's basically a home game. I don't even know why we're practicing snap count, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Talk to you soon. Peace.